Welcome to the Games and Giggles podcast, where we learn a little, laugh a lot, and discover that true treasure is the friendships we made along the way. Your host for the day is Denise, the wonderful DM whose DMs you want to slide into, Gabby, the most amazing human being in the world for putting up with me, and myself, your guest host for the day, Courtbot aka Dad, the man with way too many children, most of them adopted and over his own age. Here's a special onesie edition of our podcast as we're all sporting some very warm outfits, mainly for the winter, mainly for the time zones, and mainly just because. Today's episode, we're going to cover Mass Effect for a quick moment because one of our hosts really loves Shep. Also discuss D&D, character creation, group interactions, sadness of character deaths, what can inspire you to help you with your creations, sources you draw upon, just how much of you is in the character, and also just how many characters is too much. The answer might surprise you. And done.
Yay! So, for the beginning, before we get into the whole D&D thing again, I want to take a minute, and this is where this is only going to take a minute. I want to quickly mention that finally, after months, I think pretty much months, if not even a year of rumors and secrets, they finally announced the remaster. I can already hear Gabby giggling. They finally announced the remaster of the Mass Effect trilogy, so of the first three, and I am super excited. I mean, I kind of knew it was a thing, but I didn't want to get my hopes up because rumors are just rumors. But they did officially announce it on N7 Day, which is November 7th. And I woke up in the morning, I saw the announcement, and I immediately texted Gabby. And I haven't been thinking about almost anything else since.
Yep.
So yeah, and they also did say they are working on a future Mass Effect game, but it's very early development, and I don't want to get my hopes up too much about this because Andromeda and other things. Yeah, but yeah, I'm excited for the remaster.
Yay.
And it's gonna happen in spring, and I might stream it.
Oh, you should stream it. You should. That would be awesome.
I'm planning
Totally
on it.
subscribe to that.
Yeah. And can we not forget though, okay, that was not the only text message Denise sent to me. There was also another one. What was it, like the next day? You saying that you're literally crying.
Yeah, they did a reunion. Jennifer Hale, I think is her name, the voice actress for Female Shepherd, basically organized a cast reunion for N7 Day. And they did not know that the remaster was a thing. So it was like completely independent from that. And it was a beautiful, kind of meetup of some of the cast members, some of the writers, the voice actors, and someone else. Yeah, some other people. Gabby will drop the link down below on the YouTube channel, I guess, and I'll make a post about it on Insta, and you can watch it. It's really beautiful for longtime fans of Mass Effect. Really beautiful, very emotional as well, and in some points also very funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, that made me cry 3 times. Yeah. No kidding.
It's so adorable.
It is. Oh, bless you. But yeah, I mean, when you told me about it, like that there were rumors and stuff, I was like, no. Of course, I wished for you that it were true, but you hear a lot of things, and I was like, well, I hope it's true, but I don't really know if it is. But I was so shocked to find that out as well, just because I know how much you love it. Like,
yeah, it meant a lot. It was a big thing. Yeah. Made me very happy.
There we go, guys. So spring next year, expect some Mass Effect episodes on the podcast.
Definitely.
So
I'm expecting a lot.
You're expecting a lot of Mass Effect?
It's probably gonna be like dominating my whole spring.
Yeah, I would say
my poor
so.
friends and boyfriend.
We're gonna be abandoned, but it's fine. I'll take it. It's fine.
I've been abandoned before. It's all good.
Oh
No, that's so sad.
no.
Oh
All
my
right, but
god.
on to happier things then, guys. D&D. That's what we're here for. So, yay! So we want to talk about all things D&D. Oh, I don't know. Dad, do you want to like start us off a little bit?
Yeah, tell us.
Yeah.
Tell us what D&D means to you. Just
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question.
Right. That's a good start.
Yeah.
It's a hard question to answer because I've only recently gotten into D&D. Like my first like actual campaign was with Denise and you guys, and that was my that was me tipping my toes in, and then it's like, oh, I'm jonesing for it now. Let's do this. Come on, next session. It's terrible. New characters. What? Huh?
Yeah.
It's like I've always been fascinated by the character creation aspect of it, and just the idea of long form storytelling. Actually, getting into it was just a few months ago. And Denise was my gateway drug.
So, but you heard about D&D before, right? Like that was not when you learned about it. And I think I remember you telling us that you already like created characters before and everything. Is that right?
True.
Yeah, back during high school, I did a lot of creative writing. Not necessarily for school itself, but just as an outlet for thoughts, feelings, emotions, and eventually over time, just particular characters would form in my head, and I'm like, all right, I like these people. Let's cast them as my main characters, bend them to my will. Whatever the story needs, I can shift them to suit that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, I know that feeling. So, and then when you finally played, was D&D everything you expected?
Like a lot of things at first, it was awkward, but the further along I got into it, it was more like satisfying. It's like, okay, I get this. This is nice. I like this feeling.
Yeah.
I agree. I think the first time is always gonna be awkward. It's like we're talking about sex now or something. But... No, but it is like,
very strange. Yeah. I mean, I think we touched on that before in further earlier episodes, but also like the first time that my boyfriend was in the room when I was playing.
Yeah.
Like it's such a weird feeling.
Yeah. Because you don't want anyone
awkwardness,
to know.
It's like, oh my god, they're staring at me while I'm doing this. Eventually, you just gotta let that go. And it's like, you know what? Spread it out. Freak flag fly. We're good.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's a distinct level of not caring that you have to accept and acquire.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true. I feel like I've jumped over my shadow so much in that aspect.
Yeah.
I haven't really had opportunity to prove it outside of D&D, but I feel like it made me made it easier for me to put myself out there.
Yeah, I think so. Because you're not
particularly so with me, because I'm normally a very introverted and shy person in like a personal setting. Most of my like outside work and jobs as customer service, so I'm the guy you would talk to on the phone. It's like, hello, welcome to so and so. How may I help you today?
Yeah. I feel
once I got out of the job and out of the pay period, it's like, I'm shy, leave me alone, give me my blinky and my coffee.
Yeah, same, Dad. Absolutely. Yeah. No, I feel like D&D is definitely, and also, you know, because you can create these characters and they can be so different to who you are. They can be similar, like either way is okay, of course, but we talked a little bit about this last time as well, that it's so much easier, for me at least, to make a character that's unlike me, because then I'm like, okay, I don't have to, like, I can just be whoever that character is, I don't have to sort of be like a part of myself or stay true to myself. I can just do whatever, and that's the character. Like the character can sort of grow with me and stuff. I don't know, it's just, for me, it's a really nice outlet, and yeah, like we said, maybe to increase your confidence and, I don't know, have a nice time with your friends as well. Like we spend so much more time together now than we have, like us, I mean the three of us, right? But also with others, of course. Yeah.
It's like I've spent more time with you guys than my own friends that I actually see on a daily basis.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that time, right? Like, it's not like you
true.
can meet a lot of friends at the moment.
That's true, yeah.
This is true.
Which is also why I think it's a nice time right now to get into D&D. Honestly.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And again, I'm saying it again. I know we mentioned it before, but it gives me so much at the moment. It gives me so much.
Yeah.
Especially like also, I mean, this might be a bit self-centered, but my own characters especially, because I've grown so attached to them, and not just like attached in a way like, oh, they're my characters and I want to play them, but like I see them kind of as their own person that I'm somewhat friends with, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Like I admire them, which is so weird because that's me in a way, right? I'm playing them, but I admire them for the person they are and the person they've become in the few episodes, or more than a few episodes that we've had in the one campaign.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all my babies.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I'm interested to know though, because yeah, so Dad, you're really like, I feel like you're quite good at creating characters. Like, I don't know, my process usually is honestly, I have something in mind, I look it up a little bit, and then I'm like, yeah, this sounds good. But I'm not that good at like creating backstories or getting a lot of inspiration. So what do you use to sort of yeah, I don't know, inspire you to create new characters?
Kind of like a half and a half answer, because I've almost never had a backstory until like day 0. You can create a character like instantly. Like with Mark's session, he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna do a session." Like 10 minutes later, I was like, "Done."
Mm-hmm.
Or with Denise, it's like, "Hey, we want to try and do this." Like I was ready 5 minutes ago. Let's do this. But it wasn't until like actually getting into the game itself, or like right before, it's like, okay, who is this character? Where did they come from?
Oh, really?
And then that's the part where I'm bouncing ideas off of Denise for Baraka, bouncing ideas off of Mark for Doppel. Like, okay, so this is who they are. At the core of them, I draw from a lot of like personal experiences and like what I see in myself. Like with Baraka, he is essentially me circa junior high and high school, like very shy, like careful, wanting to take care of other people.
Yeah.
Like, hi. Like that's legit how I would interact with people at the beginning. It would be that then hi.
Oh, but I find that so hard to see because that's not how I know you now at all.
No, yeah, it completely changed.
Growing as a person, that's when it started to shift into the Doppel. That's me like more after high school, getting into actually work, because as a lot of fast food restaurant customer service work, you have to be out there, you have to be proactive, you have to be projecting yourself. It's like, hi, how are you? Let's be friends. Because if you time I try and describe my job, it's like I make people like me enough to give me their money.
It's a good way to put it.
So what you're sorry, what was that?
No, I say it's a good way to put it.
That's true. So what you're saying, basically, that Doppel, who is a what is a shapeshifter? Is their race called again?
The race is called Changeling.
Oh, Changeling. Yes, of course, I forgot. So basically, Doppel is the ultimate
bot?
Customer service employee, you know, as a changeling.
Essentially, yeah. I think in the grand scheme of like id, ego, and super ego, that the mental philosophy, I think he would be the super ego.
Oh, okay. Wow. I mean, you say you didn't put a lot of like background info and thought into it, but I mean, I've never thought philosophically about my characters.
Oh no, I put a lot into it. Very first session with Nuova as a barbarian, that's my power fantasy, like being big and strong. It's like, okay, yeah, he's gentle too, but when it needs to, he will protect everything until it is done.
Oh wow. Yeah, I want to have a character like that too. One day I will have like a super tank. I mean, I already have one actually in another campaign that's kind of on ice right now.
Oh yeah, that's true. The first one that you were
doing,
right?
There I have a tank. Yeah, exactly. Curse of Strahd. There I have a tank.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of it can definitely come from personal experiences. But I don't know. I think I'm trying to think as well now of the characters that I have. Like in one campaign, I'm a really sort of young, spirited, really cheery and hyper child, basically. And in the other, I've chosen to go for, well, like literally an old lady about to die. So I don't know, but I also I think in those cases, I'm not really drawing up from my personal experience, especially with the older lady. Like, obviously, I don't want to tell too much because you guys will need to find out the backstory, so I don't want to spoil it. But the things that she's been through, I haven't. So, but that's also quite fun to me because I'm like, okay, I want to put myself in her shoes and try to imagine what she would be feeling and what she would say. And a lot of the time, I literally in that campaign with this old lady, I have to bite my tongue so much because I would love to say something, but I'm like, wait, no, she wouldn't say anything here. So yeah.
I'm just thinking, I don't think I draw from personal experience either. I do like thinking about backstory though. Though it's weird. I mean, with the one I have now, I have a very clear backstory. Like I know exactly what happened in her past, which I'm not going to tell you either because you still have to find out yourselves. But like I have like there's like very clear events that I know of, that I talk with Mark, with the DM about, that I know that happened and that like influenced her in a certain way. So her backstory was very thought out from the beginning.
Okay.
And I do like thinking about it. Like sometimes I still think about her and be like, what else could have happened? You know, not that important thing. You know, maybe she, I don't know, broke her toe at some point and had to walk on crutches or something like that.
Yeah.
But with the other
That's
one
why
that
she
I met,
avoids that particular rock.
She sees it, she gets traumatized.
Did have a backstory, but the main part of the backstory was actually because she kind of forgot about her past life. So a lot of the backstory was actually given to me by the DM, and that's also very interesting because I had to completely adjust my character to that.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's not my creation. But it still was very interesting.
No, and I think I think you played that really well though. Like even now,
thank you.
Yeah, because we're still like in the middle of it, and you're still finding out a lot of things with that character. And obviously, okay, there's gonna be moments where you're gonna ask the DM like, "Oh, do I know this?" You know what I mean? Like, would I know this? Would I remember this? But I think apart from that, like, it also, I think for you, keeps it interesting. I don't know. I think a lot of the time when there's like those, you know, I can't remember, like cliffhangers at the end of the session, it's it just keeps it really exciting because you're like, oh my god, I didn't know this, you know. Maybe
and
we could tell Dad.
With that.
We could tell maybe Dad and the listeners a little bit about your character, Denise. Rosie, I mean, because
Rosie.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I love her so much. As I said, like I do kind of see her as a friend apart from me, you know. I don't really see her as a part of me anymore, but something separate. And so the way it was, she basically got resurrected from death, and she got sent off to do a small errand that she didn't know anything about. And basically she just got into this new world, was already grown up, very smart. So what she did, she was a very much a tourist at the beginning, just very fascinated with everything and trying to learn things. But at some point it turned out that she had a vampire boyfriend and had a child with him, and she was in fact the former queen of a very big country.
I love the plot twist. I love the plot twist.
It was such a big reveal, like that.
Yeah,
shook the whole party to the core. I remember it so clearly. So basically suddenly my character, who used to be just kind of this very shy, kind of naive, lonely tourist, eager to learn kind of person, suddenly was a queen with a family and with a very important mission. So to be honest, we are now at the point where she actually met her family that she forgot about, like her daughter, and she has a grandchild even at this point. And at this point, I'm not even thinking of, oh, how do I want to play her? I'm just thinking, okay, I have this person. How would she act?
Yes.
It's not even like
That's
I'm making
exactly it.
decisions
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
That's how it feels to me. I just go to the session. I'll be like, okay, what would she do? This
Yeah.
person who forgot most of her past, but she knows she used to be a really powerful queen, but now she's in a different position. Yeah, and I love that. That makes it really exciting to play as well.
Yeah. That's true. And how about for you, Dad? Like, what characters have you felt drawn to, or is it all equally, or?
The moment I'm pretty attached to Doppel because he's essentially me turned up to 11.
Yes, that is true.
I love that.
But if I had to pick favorite child, it would definitely be Baraka.
Aww. Because he is more of a child. Is that the reason?
Yeah, he my baby. He my little boy.
Aww.
He is a baby. We must protect him. But also, maybe you could tell, Dad, going on to, Baraka, because we talked about a little bit about character creation and stuff, but what about character devs? Or is that too touchy? I'm sorry.
Yeah, for context here, I'm not sure if we actually even touched upon that in the last session. I completely forgot.
I'm not sure though.
Anyway, it was Baraka is from my campaign that we are posing at the moment at 2, and Baraka, that's character got killed off by me by accident by a bugbear who rolled a natural 20, and I have very strict and high crit rules. So if there's a crit, it's gonna have consequences. And Dad felt that. So how did that make you feel?
It felt like a piece of my heart was breaking. It's like I hadn't felt like that since my own children were like in trouble or had to go to a hospital. It's like, no.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
My baby. For my side of it, I'm all like, I'm protecting the room, I'm covering the door. I had the thought, I have ball bearings and caltrops. I can throw them down the hallway and that'll slow down whatever might come in on my next turn. Like, okay, awesome. I've got a plan. All of a sudden, this bugbear shows up and it's like, oh, this is new.
I mean, the bugbear itself wasn't even that scary. We were like, oh yeah, it's a bugbear, like that's fine. And then he's like,
we've killed them before.
Yeah, then he's like, so that's
no,
20.
That was in fact the first bugbear.
Oh,
was it?
Was it?
I think there was one in that very first cave.
Yeah, in the first cave.
Oh yeah,
there was
no, that's right. In the first cave. No, but that was that wasn't even the worst part. That okay, you rolled a nat 20. Then Denise joked about. She joked about. It was you, right? Who joked about him rolling a 1?
I made a joke.
So I'm down on the ground. This bugbear is standing over me. I'm thinking, okay, awesome. I got 3 rolls. There's no way this can end poorly for me. At least someone might be able to heal me. First roll, fail. Like, okay, I've got 2 more to go. Swings right back around to me. Denise, in her infinite wisdom, because I thought you loved me, I hope you don't roll a natural 1. If I hit roll 20, it's a natural 1.
I regret
according
that.
According to the rules, is a double fail.
Yep.
No, I'm dead.
Yeah.
This wasn't brutal. Like end of the session. This was like within the first half hour.
That's so true.
And I remember texting you because I think you like paused, like you went off the mic for a bit. And I remember texting you. I felt so bad. I was like, Dad, are you okay? And you were like, no, I'm not. Oh God, I felt so bad. It was brutal. It was so much bad luck.
Yeah.
Well, that's the beauty of it. You get that emotional like bonding to your character, and then something like that happens and it just hits you so hard. It's like, this is legitimately, in the end, just pen and paper on a screen, but attachment is so real. It's like a legitimate piece of you got hurt.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think that's, in a way, it's even more intense than gaming. So I easily connect to any piece of media or anything I ever see. I can see a squirrel and I know it exists, and I feel connected to it. I will cry if something happened to it, you know. But like, I have that also with series and movies. I have that a lot more with video games. Mass Effect, for example, that made me cry. But I think with D&D, you're just a step more inside of it. It's just a little bit more a part of you, that it really touches you.
Yeah, because with video games and movies, you're an observer. With video games, you're a participant. But with D&D, since you're the one acting out what's going on, you're an active player in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's
And
not the
that's part of
same
what
either.
makes it hurt so much more when something bad happens, or makes you feel like so elated when something good happens.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And you know, it's
Which
oh, sorry, I was just gonna say, like, I've also now, I was so into D&D, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll get you know, like those PC games we can also like role play and stuff, right? But it's just not the same, because of course, like, you have a lot of multiple choice. But yeah, no, so even the games that you get with it are quite fun, but yeah, you don't have the amount of freedom. And like you said, you know, Dad, like, you feel it so much more, the good and the bad, because it's your own little baby. You created them.
I made you, I cuddled you, I thought of nice things for you. I gave you a family.
Oh.
But how did it make you feel, Denise? Like, from your side as DM, like,
from the DM side, how did you feel?
I felt
you could have fudged a roll.
I'm not kidding. The thing is, I could have, and to be honest, I was considering it. But the thing is, I can't do that. Like, it is, I see it's part of the game that something can happen, because that adds some of the excitement, right? So if I fudge a roll, firstly, I'm a very bad liar, so I don't think I can like hide my surprise and shock about a natural 20 or something like that.
My God, I cannot believe it. It is a 19.
Yeah, that's how it would have turned out. And also, when you've like finally died, I was thinking, oh my God, how can I like turn this back? But the thing is, I couldn't, because if you do it for one person, then you can't ever, like, it will never carry the same meaning again, right?
Yeah.
It sets a precedent. It's like, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, he got special treatment. Why can't I? My character died.
Exactly. Yeah. And character death is always emotional, and it will always, or almost always, make people upset. So I think if then again comes this aspect of unfairness, then that'll just make it worse. So I just, like, I couldn't see any way within the rules, or even with like stretching the rules a little bit, to undo it.
Yeah.
And because of the because of the natural one, like, basically made it definitely immediately. And I also thought he had like an extra round and it was gonna be fine. But because of that, like, I couldn't even, like, I don't know, prepare for it. So I couldn't even have like added something, like, I don't know, a magical drop from the heavens is healing him again. It just happened, and I had to call it. I had to either say, yeah, he's dead now, or yeah, now I'm making up something on the spot. So I felt really, really bad about it. And
for the record, I'll pick on you for it, but I do not hate you for it, and I will never fault you for standing by your rules.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, the thing is, I think when you die, I've seen that in another one shot that I once was part of as a player. You will blame the DM as a player, I think, because there's always some reason that you're the one who died, right? Like,
I mean, you're rolling
in an abstract way, yeah, you brought out the bugbear, but I'm the one that rolled the natural one. It was just pure happenstance that you mentioned something right before.
Exactly. But the thing is, the bugbear could have aimed at someone else.
No, because Dad did run forward, right? I swear, Dad was the only one in his range at that point.
I was right by the door. Everyone else at the other end of the room.
He was right by the door.
That's possible.
Yeah.
But there's always my point is that you can always turn the things in a way that you can. Oh, sorry,
I
that
don't
was
agree
a little burp.
with that. I don't agree with that though. I think
maybe not in that specific situation.
No, like your whatever actions you take will still lead up to something, right?
We'll see about it if like another death comes up.
Yeah. But I don't think you should blame the DM. I really
No, I don't think you should. But I think it automatically happens because you get very upset in that moment.
It's a high emotional incident.
Exactly. Like when my character
It led up to my favorite reactions from Mark because he fought so hard to try and transfer his inspiration over to me to give me another chance.
Yes, he did. I remember that.
I think death is very exciting.
No, even just the heartbreak, because I was like, oh, Dad, you still have the inspiration? We were like, yeah, the inspiration. You're like, no, guys, I used it like 2 minutes ago. We're like, shit. And then Mark's like, no, I have one. Denise, can I transfer it to him? It was so funny. It was so sweet.
But that's the thing, right? Like, that was the moment. I couldn't have allowed that because it wasn't even that, like, at that point his inspiration helped anymore because he already made the roll. So I would have had to, like, take the roll back and then... Oh no, he could have rolled with advantage, I guess, but still, like, it wouldn't have felt right.
I could just picture little Thorin's fist going, "Don't die,
don't die,"
and then all of a sudden, magically that working.
Yeah.
As soon as Mark was bringing up inspiration, I'm like, and I wasted mine. Put on some dark-colored cloaks that did not matter. I'm trying to think logically. It's dark in there. Dark-colored clothes. They can help with stealth. I might get an advantage on a roll, but no.
No, you just die instead.
Didn't matter.
But do you know what, Dad? Now, every single campaign when... Because someone... Who got inspiration from our other campaign? I can't remember. Someone got inspiration.
I have... Rosie has inspiration.
Okay, but someone else as well, I thought, right?
Did Sam not get it in the last session for something?
Maybe. But I said to that person, whoever it was, I was like, do not use that until you are literally near death.
Yeah, that was to Sam last session.
Okay. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
I remember.
I'm so glad to be an example.
Yeah. You are a role model.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Also, the character reactions when it happened were amazing, and it led up to honestly my top 3 role-playing experiences, like in the little like white afterlife when Baraka spoke with his mother.
Yes,
I worked hard on that one.
That was so good, guys. Like, even just watching it from the side, I love that. I love that bit.
I'm really glad. I worked really hard on that one because I felt so bad about.
Do you want to explain a little bit, like, what happened in that case?
So I made the rule that characters can be brought back, but I didn't want to go with the usual, you have to go to a big town and pay them 1,000 gold to bring someone back, because that is just impossible early game, which we were. And I don't know, like in the middle of the game, at certain levels, it's somewhat appropriate, but at higher levels, then again, you have so easy access to so many cities, places, and gold that it's not a big deal anymore. So I from the beginning I said I want to make the resurrection something character specific, like a specific quest that you have to do to get them back. Maybe the party has to go somewhere, maybe the character himself has to do something. And with Baraka's case, because he is a warlock with a patron who has some power, I knew I could do something immediately, because I feel like his patron was someone that would intervene. And so I was thinking about, like, how do I do that? Like, how do I see his patron accepting him into death, giving him the choice? What would the consequences be of his death? And I really, like, I don't know, went on an imagination journey or something. Like, I really sat down and tried to picture it, and I had a very clear picture in my mind of how it was gonna look and how it was gonna be. And I wrote it down, like I wrote a proper script for it. And it meant a lot to me. Like, I had a lot of fun preparing it, and I'm really glad that it was enjoyable.
And it was like planetary alignment levels, because when we were discussing Baraka's character, we agreed that his patron specialized as a healer, and may or may not be his own mother. So it just lines up, at least story-wise, that it makes sense that his mother would give him the chance to come back, was a healer. There was that possibility of resurrection.
Yeah. It worked out so perfectly.
Yeah, exactly. So I think with like your warlock class and the situation in general, it really fitted. Like it was an easy resurrection to set up. I think if someone else had died, like Gabby's character, I probably would have had to send the whole party off.
Yeah.
Actually, with Gabby's character, there might have been another way too. But yeah, there's just
Baraka would have like hardcore went after his mother. It's like, no, we are fixing this now, mommy. Help me out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there would have been words.
Yeah.
Like, I like her. Help me.
I just remember though that session as well when you did die. It was literally at the start of the session, but even just being the other party members, for Divine, I mean, I couldn't like carry on anymore. I was so sad after, and I think we asked like to take a little break because everyone was just like, oh my god, like what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
Because it really affects you, even if it's not your own character. You're just like, you're in shock for a little while at least,
That still played into the rest of the session fantastically, because you could tell that there was this air of like, oh crap, this happened, but we still have to finish this other thing.
Yeah. I was just like, I want to leave now, I just want to go.
Yeah, exactly. It was very intense.
On top of bringing Baraka back the way we did, which I loved how we performed it out, it also allowed a character evolution, like to make physical changes to him and like what he's about and like what he's able to do.
Yeah. So basically I did what I did is I made you change your appearance. You were gonna be paler from now on, like almost very light blue dragonborn instead of a dark blue one. And I also, so since you were a warlock and you were gonna choose, I think you already told me, it was also at the same time you'd get the level up where you could choose between the, what was it called?
It was Pact of the Tome, Pact of the Blade, or Pact of the Beast, and I picked Pact of the Tome.
Exactly, but I remember you were telling me that you really wanted to have a familiar and that you took Pact of the Tome because you could still get a familiar. And Pact of the... One of the
features for Pact of the Tome was I could have one ritual spell, which I chose for Find Familiar, which would allow me to have that familiar, as well as 2 additional spells that we put into ice-based magic, because we agreed that Baraka's mother was a white dragon, and those specialize as an ice type. They bring out and breathe ice fire.
Exactly. And so then I was thinking, okay, what could he bring back from the dead? Basically that his mother, his patron, would give him. So with Pact of the Familiar, you'd get a more powerful full familiar. So I decided to give him actually a familiar from Pact of the Familiar. And but of course, like the 3 you could get, the pseudo dragon, the sprite, I think, and the fiend, weren't that interesting and weren't that fitting. So I Googled and changed creatures and prepared so much. And in the end, you had to choose according to abilities of the familiar and then chose your familiar to that. And it was a more powerful familiar than you would have had with a toad or a cat. And very cute as well.
It was so
I love that little flying snake.
Yeah, it's so cute. Oh, that was really well done, definitely.
Oh, thank you. I tried very hard. I tried very hard for that.
The effort shows. It was amazing.
And how about getting into character, guys? So obviously now we've had a little bit of experience with different characters. And obviously, Dad, you said at the start, like, it is a bit awkward. But do you guys have any tips and things like that to help get into character?
As you go along, it helps to figure out like the mindset. It's like, am I shy? Am I very out there? Am I aggressive? Then if you plan on doing a voice, it helps to have some sort of trigger phrase that helps you like get into that voice.
I could try that. I mean, I tried to do a voice for my new character, for Nimue is her name. But I can't. I just can't do voices. I can't even. I mean, English is not my first language, so maybe that's the reason why it makes it extra hard. But I can't even do it in Swiss Germans. There's so many different dialects in Swiss Germans, and I can maybe do one sentence in like 2 dialects, but that's about it. And those are like very clear dialects with very clear rule how they sound. I just can't do voices.
When you say high sexy a lot, the little like high pitched flirty tone, try repeating that a few times and see if you can like keep that tone going on with different words.
Yeah, but that's tone. That's not a voice, right?
The voice is a tone.
I guess.
That
I
is
guess.
true.
It'll at least be something to help because I'm still trying to find Doppel's voice. I picked Changeling also because it would give me more flexibility with like different accents, different like vocal levels. But like easily with Baraka, it's like hi. I just changed the tone of my voice to a bit more gravel in the back of my throat, and I can just have at least most of a conversation.
I mean, Gabby, how do you do it? Because I think you do it so well. Of the 3 characters I know from you, actually 4, but I don't think you really did a voice with the first one, if I remember correctly.
No, I didn't.
But with the other 3...
My God, Anna Booba.
The other 3 have such distinct voices.
I
don't
know. Like, but I don't think I do. I think I agree with you, Denise. Like, for me, accents and stuff is really difficult, so I don't really go down that route. But I do like, I don't, for Hafira, so the younger sort of bard as well, by the way. She's really, really cheery and hyper. But I think that's, like, she's honestly, I think she sounds similar to me. Like, I don't think she sounds that different. It's like Dad said, you just change the tone, and with her,
but
it just...
she does. It feels so different, girl. It feels so different to listen to.
I don't know that. I honestly can't tell you why. I honestly...
She's so talented, she doesn't know how she does it. And here I've been spending like 20 years studying voice actors and how they do their thing.
It's really not that good, honestly. Like, it's just me, and then my voice is like hyper. That's the best way I can explain it. That's the best way.
It's more. For me, there's more to it. Okay. But maybe you don't do it consciously, but
maybe it's not consciously, because I really get into Hafira's character. And I don't know, I just feel really young and cheery and hyper and a bit, a bit stupid sometimes, a bit silly. So maybe it's just also thinking, I guess, about like what Dad was saying about Baraka being quite shy, and then he's gonna talk in a different way because of that as well, whereas with Baba as well, she's really old, but that one is pretty difficult because I have to really sound like old, and my voice is much deeper.
Can you say something in Baba's voice, please? Do it for us. Can you?
Well, hello, child.
Oh, it's amazing. I love it so much. I love Baba.
She's the best. Yeah.
Yeah, so, but I want to switch here right to the next topic. So we just started this campaign where Gabby plays Baba, Dad plays Double, and I play a basically teenager, well, I think late teenager party girl called Nimue, and we're still at the beginning, and we're quite a big group, and we're at the very beginning of our campaign, and I feel like there's a lot of secrets. Like, we don't know a lot about each other. Like, how does it feel, for example, for you, that when you play Doppel, and there might be some things that the others don't know about you? Like, do you try and hint on it? Do you like try and keep it a secret? Does it influence the way you play?
It definitely influenced the way I play, because as I said earlier, I'm still working like on Doppel as a person, like where he comes from, what in his history, like pre-Nimue, might affect what he is now. At the same time, had to just have fun with it, because in our first session, I pulled in a brick joke from the prior session with Denise about asking if anyone's seen a Dragonborn. One of the other characters asked about it later, and it's like, I don't have the foggiest idea. Every good story needs a dragon, though.
I love
So
that.
you're more on the side of like making up new secrets as you go.
Yes. I'm not sure if either of you know comic books, but one of the main Batman villains, the Joker,
Mm-hmm.
one of the stories, he said, if I'm going to have a past, I'd rather be multiple choice, because even he doesn't know where he came from. All he knows is that he is.
I like
That's
that.
very interesting. So basically, you still kind of work out the past.
I have a few ideas that I'm making more like concrete. One of our other sessions, one of our other players, Solange, she mentioned that her character has the ability to walk into dreams. It's like, ooh, I can like drop a couple of hints as to Doppel's backstory with this. Just gotta find the right time to do it.
True. Yeah.
That's so cool.
It's just
How
more of a
about-
matter of like finding your place, finding the right place to drop hints,
Yeah.
and whether or not you want to commit to them or try and blow them off. It's like, oh, I don't really know why. Just seemed like a good idea at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, in the other campaign that we play, where I play Rosie and Gabby plays Saphira, I think everyone in the party had like a certain amount of secrets that the others didn't know about. Everyone, I think, had like a certain amount of secrets, and they kept coming up, and I really liked that. But at the same time, I was always so scared to like show off too many secrets right at the beginning, because I think it's cool if you don't tell everyone everything about the character. You also have something to reveal for later sessions. How do you
And
see
it's
that?
fun when you find that right time and just something unexpected that you do causes everyone to be like, what?
Yeah, exactly. But I think it's hard if you already like made the mind up about your secret before you start session 1, and then you kind of shoot it out all too early in a way, and then you have no secrets left.
That's true. Yeah.
But how do you see that, Gabby? Do you have like,
I think...
do you make up your secrets in
Oh,
advance?
yeah. I mean, some of them, yeah. Like, I think... I don't know. I think there needs to be a balance for sure. Like, of course, like the bigger things, maybe you would know, things from your past that you know exactly that's what happened. And I think also in the campaign that we're playing right now, like you guys also questioned Baba about something. I don't want to repeat what in case you guys didn't ask about it next time. I want it to be natural. But you did already ask us some questions, and that was the moment I was like, do I say something now? And reveal a lot about my past, or should I just sort of keep quiet and just we're like on our way, so we'll just sort of blow it off a little bit. And I decided to just blow it off, and I think, I don't know, I think that's the nice thing, like you said, Denise, not to share everything at the start, but also it gives you a chance as well to make up new things, right? So I think, I don't know, I think you need a balance. Like, of course you can have some things ready, but for sure, I think to have the freedom as a player, as long as a DM is okay with it, to also come up with some new things as you go along. And it doesn't have to be big things. Like with the dragon, that wasn't a huge, like, story-changing moment, but it was a bit of fun, and it was a bit like, oh, what is this person hiding from us? Or what does he know? It's that curiosity, isn't it? So...
Oh, real quick, Gabby.
Yeah?
I know Mark and Denise facepalmed when I asked about the Dragonborn. What was your reaction when it first happened?
I loved it. I was laughing.
Good.
And
My entire thing about that was,
yeah,
I don't care who else gets it. If no one gets it, I'm doing this for me.
No, I loved it, and I loved like the look on Sam, Vicky, and Jeff, because they were like, "Huh? Like what?"
They're like, "Oh my god, what big secret is hidden here?" And we're like, "Oh god, we know."
We know.
No, I thought it was very funny too. I
loved it,
but I was laughing.
Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah.
If I was gonna do it, it'd have to be at the beginning. Otherwise, it would just sit with me the entire time.
No, but I do love the amount of secrets we do have in our new campaign, and I don't think we should rush it. I think keeping it sort of as it is now, and just like, keep it natural, right? Like you said, Dad, if it comes up, it comes up. Then you can decide whether you want to share it or not.
It's just me as a person. I'm so much of an oversharer, so I just always have to the urge to like get it out,
Yeah.
even though it's against character. But I'm just like, oh, let's talk about this. Ask me about my past. But then I don't want to tell, you know? And I want to keep the secrets, but I also want to tell them.
No, I feel that too, honestly. I honestly feel that too. But yeah, it's staying in character. That's the problem sometimes. Yeah.
And I mean, let's be honest, I think like the way our campaign works, they're the long game, right? Like we're not playing for just a few weeks. We're playing for months at least.
Very true.
So I do like to have like something at least a little bit stored up for later. But I am very impatient, and oh my god, I can't wait to find out all about the other characters too.
Yeah.
Gives me life. It gives me life. And I do in my free time think about these things. I'm like, what was Boba up to? What could that have been? What did you mention? And I like think about it for half an hour's make up theories.
I love that. I love as well that in I think one of the first sessions, right, Dad, where Baba was saying about how she's traveled the world, and then Doppel is like, you know, there's like a whole other place, and that was so unexpected because I actually did not know. I thought that was the whole world, so I was like, no way.
Yeah, I pulled that out of the thin air. It's like, wait, I might want to clear this with Mark afterwards.
Yeah, but I loved that. Like, that was such a genuine, shocking moment. Like, even to Baba, imagine this woman spent her life traveling the world. Like, she's seen everything, and then this guy is like, nah, like, there's a whole other continent, basically. Oh my god.
Oh, shit.
I love that moment. It was fun.
In the back of my head, I was bringing that up because part of Doppel's backstory has continuity, and it's like, there has to be other lands out there for this to work.
Yeah. No, I get that, absolutely. That was great. So, and should we talk about, well, Dad, you can take this one, because this is something that you struggle with. The temptation to create more characters, and how many is too many. That's literally what we wrote on the notes here for the podcast. What do you think?
To answer that second part, there's no such thing as too many.
So how many characters do you have ready right now? If you would die in the next session, would you be ready?
More than 7.
Oh, really? My. And you've have them all worked out with classes, maybe an idea of backstory, names, how they look?
Sorry, I'm thinking. Fully fleshed out, ready to go, I have 4.
Wow. Oh, Jesus, that's still a lot.
That's a lot.
Well, it's Mark's fault for giving me access to all of the source books.
That's true. That is true.
Although he's going to be upset if my next one's a Dragonborn, because, hey, he gave me 2 variants for Dragonborn.
I mean, yeah.
So then, don't you then have, or are you not afraid that when the moment comes and you like have to choose a new character, that you're then sad that you already have characters and you can't make a new one? Or do you just make a new one and leave the others be?
Just leave the others be, honestly, because at this rate, there's always going to be another campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Just a matter of like, okay, so what's the group dynamic? Which character would fit this group?
Okay.
We already have 2 other healers. Do I really need to be a 3rd healer? What if I be an artificer and just tinker with things? What if I bring in a barbarian? Ooh, I could bring in that older character from previous sessions. What if Baraka shows up?
We definitely need a cameo from Baraka at some point, right? Yes.
Yeah, maybe Mark can make that happen.
Yeah,
got that in mind actually, because hey, Shape Changer and Dragonborn do fall within my range.
Yes, make that happen.
Yes,
right? Oh, that would be cool.
Do you have backup characters, Gabby, or ideas for backup characters?
Honestly, no. With Hafira, like my little bard, and I call her little because she's a halfling, she's tiny. But yeah, with her, like I did have something in mind. I really wanted this like silly, loud character. And I thought it would be funny if she was small. So obviously, I thought okay, halfling would work. But with Baba, I honestly didn't know. I just thought, you know what? I just want to play now a completely different character from Hafira, from my other one, and I came
So you
up with
chose the opposite.
yeah, literally the opposite. Yeah, that was literally the only inspiration. And then Mark and I were looking at the different races, and I wasn't feeling too many of them. And then it was like, oh my god, there's Turtle now because we unlocked all of the different handbooks. I was like, that is the one. I'm going with the Turtle. There's no backing away from that now. So yeah, it was really, I don't know. But to be honest, I also think that I'm that kind of person that I have to make it there and then I'll be really excited about using that character. Otherwise, if it's sitting there, I don't know, I won't have that excitement anymore. Like that's what I'm scared of, you know?
I feel like I'm exactly in the middle of you two. I do think a lot about making new characters, and I think about ideas. I'm like, oh, I want to play a druid. Oh, I want to play a drow. I would really want to play a gnome at some point. And I feel the urge to make the characters. But then I come exactly into that issue that you have, Gabby, that I know I need to be there and be really excited about the character that I make. And if I just make someone up beforehand, then at that moment when I have to do a new character, I won't have the joy of making a new character anymore.
That's it. Yeah.
And yeah, and I mean, to be honest, with the last character I created, because I was a little bit behind, so literally every idea, everything I wanted to do was already taken by someone else in the party. I think, what was the first thing? I wanted to be a swashbuckler rogue. And that's something I've wanted to be for a long time. I've been saying that a lot. But then someone else already wanted to go for rogue and exactly wanted to go for swashbuckler. That broke my heart, to be honest. But I mean, it's fine. He was quicker and it's fine. It's not the only way out there. And then I was like, maybe I'll go for what's the I forgot the name of the race, but that dreamwalking race that Solange has now. And then I saw that she has it. I was like, okay, that's gone. Then I'm like, I'm gonna be a changeling. I checked the other characters. No, I message Mark. No kidding. I'll be like, Mark, I'll be a changeling, and he's like, you know that's already one, right? And I'm like, fuck. And it took me.
I was more than willing to let you have it. I had at least 2 others.
It's okay. It's okay.
Baraka.
No, it's but don't say that, because now Doppel is like perfect, right? I wouldn't want it any other way. And Nimue is also really, really a good character for you, Denise. So
I love Nimue. I mean, the thing is, I don't love her as a person as much as I love Rosie, because I think I would like Rosie as a person more. But I think she's a fun character to play, and she has like so much opportunity to grow as a character because she's so young and she's literally not grown up yet. So like, there's so many ways she could go that I think will really depend on the party and whatever happens there. So in the end, it was a long way to get there, but I finally got to a point where I was like, okay, I really, really want to play this. I'm really happy with what I have now.
Yeah, that's amazing.
While we're talking about character creation, I have a question. Do you guys go class then race or race then class?
Always race then class.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I tend to go towards class than race, because I think about like what kind of character I want to play, which then like influences their class. So I'm like, oh yeah, I want to play this pirate lady, so obviously she's gonna be a rogue swashbuckler. Or with Nimue, I was like,
you wanted to be a monk a lot. I remember.
That's with that I went class first. And then, but I can't say too much about that because actually that's a little bit spoilery Dad and Gabby,
Yep,
because there's
that's
like
fine,
other
that's
things that
fine.
played inside that. But yeah, and with Rosie, I was also class. Okay, never mind. I think I lied. I think I go class, then race, and then everything else.
No, that's what you said, because I go race then class.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
think like I thought that I first was, character, then class, then race.
Oh, right, okay.
I was gonna go for that, but
yeah.
I
But how
think
about you,
it's
Dad? What do you usually do then?
yeah.
I go race, then character, then class.
Hmm.
With the first couple sessions, I'm like, I want to be a dragon. Like, hands down, Dungeons and
Yeah.
Dragons, there has to be a dragon. I'm going to be that dragon.
Yeah.
And then I just study into, like, what are their strengths? What are their weaknesses?
Yes.
What could them? And
Oh, really?
in the very beginning, Nuova was a barbarian because Dragonborn get a +2 to their strength.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, let's try. I want to do dragon again for the next campaign. Let's see what else I could work with. I notice that they have a +1 to their charisma. It's like, okay, nice. Let's try warlock. I could do more range stuff rather than being like up close and personal, because that worked out so well in the first one.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so warlock it is. It's like, okay, no. Bobo's kind of introverted, but he's like very powerful. Raka, he's still relatively young. What was I like when I was young? And then character went from there. So, okay, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Class, character.
No, I agree with that. I think that's the way I do it. I always pick my race first and then have a look at their descriptions. You can find them like online. And then that also helps with like where you come from, obviously, because that could be race dependent, especially in my case with the turtle, and what kind of character you are. Like, turtles don't really have a home, so they move around a lot. So I was like, well, there we go. So like a lot of things are added from the race into my character creation as well. Absolutely.
Oh, interesting. I always thought it would be the other way around for everyone. Because
I'm sure
I never.
Like, I want to play a warlock. What race would work for a warlock?
Yeah, it could.
Yeah,
be the
but
other
the
way
thing
around
is,
too.
I don't really like too much to go. Like, obviously, you want to choose a race for that kind of goes with your class.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I really try not to look at that too much. And I'm like, okay, I want to have that kind of background for my character. What race would fit to that background more than what race would fit to the class?
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I think, to be honest, the beauty of D&D is that you can really do anything.
That is true.
I don't think it would matter too much, but I think, yeah, in case, like, we're talking about strengths and bonuses, if you sort of match up the class and race, and sure. I mean, to me, the only thing is that I don't really mind what class I play. So as soon as I know, like, oh, this is my race, this is my sort of character, and then I can be like, okay, what class does the party need? What class works with the race? And you can choose from there, But I mean, if you do it the other way around, it's also okay, right? Both work, I think.
Of course, everything's okay. Everything's okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Your own comfort levels.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The safe word is natural 1.
I don't know about that.
Doesn't
We're
feel
traumatized.
very safe.
We're traumatized.
Yeah. Especially now, I came so close to death in the last session. That shook me up.
Oh my god, like twice. What do you mean only in the last session?
Oh yeah, but the first session wasn't that intense. That didn't get to me as much. But last time it was a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Nimue or with Rosie?
Nimue.
With Nimue. Rosie's super lucky. Rosie is so squishy. She has armor class 11, which means basically almost everything should hit her. But people miss her a lot. Yeah. Like literally, they miss so often.
Yeah.
And it's not for lack of trying of Sam or DM. Like sometimes he will have all the archers fire at me, and
target you most of the time. He does.
Yeah. And he just rolls really badly with me. And even if he rolls well, I usually kind of get out of it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
She is just like, it's really funny because like in character she's not actually sure if she can die because she got resurrected. And it goes so well with that. She does sometimes have the feeling that she can't die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. I love that though.
I was legit worried that Nimue was gonna bite it, and it's like, okay, I'm upset. Doppel's upset. Let's play this out.
I got scared too.
Also, because in that campaign, if we die, we die. That's freaking scary.
It is. But then at the same time, I mean, I don't want to brag about my role playing or anything, but like, to be honest, there's some moments where I feel like I gotta stay true to my character, and my character would rush in there.
That's true. Yeah.
And to be honest, when I rushed in there, I knew it was dangerous. I knew the danger I was getting into.
Yeah. No, I think, but that does work. Like you said, you don't want to meta game. You just want to be, you know, exactly as your character would be. Yeah.
Oh,
sometimes it works because Doppel was worried. This is his friend. This is like one of the few people he's traveled with consistently for any given time. To protect me, not to die.
She just wanted to get up close and personal to the hot enemy, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Horny teenager. What can you do?
Well, if she's anything, it is horny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God.
So yeah, but should we wrap it up here, guys?
I think we should wrap it up. Yeah, we covered pretty much everything, and then some more.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Dad, for coming on. I hope it was nice for you to just chat a little bit with us.
Oh, it was a lovely time. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Oh, yay.
We did.
Yeah, we did too.
Us
definitely.
Too. Us too.
We too.
Me too.
Before we wrap up, I am curious. From any of the other campaigns, are there any scenarios that just like stand out to you, like other than Baraka dying? Are there any like favorite moments? Like I liked that moment.
Oh, that's a good question.
I think for me it was with Rosie the big reveal about her past, especially when the vampire that we were probably gonna kill, but on a whim decided to help and convinced to travel with us, turned out to be her long lost lover that she forgot about and that she had a child with. That was like so shocking to me. That was a very good moment.
That actually was really amazing. Yeah. And I think, I don't know, I think it's also for me from that campaign, because in our new campaign, we haven't played that long, you know, that I feel like, oh, this was really a cool moment. But in our other campaign, I think it's like, you know, those little interactions that you might have, as your characters, but they're like, I don't know, they're just really small, but they mean a lot, you know? And for me, one of them was when Hafira decided to draw the hero symbol on Jemmy's hand because she felt really bad because she was like, are you not a hero? Like
yeah, because the rest of our group, basically of our party, they're all destined heroes. Just one person of that group wasn't destined to be a hero, and he didn't have really a certain symbol on his hand. So Hafira's character drew it by hand. That was lovely.
Yeah. So it's just those really little touching. I don't know. I'm sure there's like 50 more moments like that, but
yeah, we have just, like
it's
really
those small moments. Yeah.
I mean, with both groups, the role playing is just so great.
Yeah.
And sometimes it even, I mean, Mark and Sam, they both do an amazing job as DMs, really, really. But sometimes even the whole role playing within the party totally overshadows that, I think.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's just like the most fun you have is when you sit in.
No, wait, I thought of another one. Denise, how did we not think of this? Okay, so guys, in our other campaign as well, Dad, this is new to you as well. But we joked about it in this campaign. We literally measured dick sizes.
Yes, they rolled for, I mean, the male characters rolled for dick sizes.
But didn't we roll for the boobs as well? I'm sure we did.
Yeah,
sure
we did. But then you know what happens? Do you want to tell that, Gabby?
No, you tell.
Okay, so we have two male characters, two guys in our group. One of them is a druid elf, Kind of, humble, very very kind, very reasonable. And the other one is Mark. His name's Farron, so Mark's character Farron, the barbarian, who is like 2 meters 80 tall, I think. So a huge guy. So they rolled for dick sizes. First, Mark rolled, and he rolled. Did he roll a natural 1?
Yeah, I think he just rolled. Yeah, it wasn't 1, but it was really low, like below 10.
Yeah, it was
below 10,
yeah.
100%.
As a Goliath, way below average dick size. That's the one thing. But then the other character, the graceful, humble druid, he rolls, and he rolls a natural 20.
Yes!
So literally in canon, our kind, humble druid elf has a bigger dick than the Goliath.
That was so great. It was such a stupid moment, but oh man, that was so much fun.
It was so silly. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
And I mean, Mark did re-roll.
But for whatever reason, he found a reason. He found a reason to re-roll. I can't remember why.
It's cold outside.
No. He gave himself advantage for being a Goliath.
Oh,
it wasn't the DM who gave him advantage. He gave himself advantage for being a Goliath and then re-rolled.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, that's cheating. What can I say? Oh,
that's why I like Doppel. I don't have to roll for that because he's always a natural 20.
Oh,
if he chooses to be.
Yeah. That's true.
He rolls just high enough to win.
I mean, in his natural form, I imagine Doppel to look like a candle.
Yeah. That is actually
just flat.
Yeah. Oh.
But that's just my personal head canon.
I'll have to roll for that later.
We will have to do that in this campaign. That's honestly so much fun.
Yeah, we'll have to.
I think like that those moments where you're playing drunk, basically like you're in a pub with all the characters and you guys are just drinking. That's when all the stupid things happen, but that's the most fun, honestly.
Yeah, it's so important, I think. I mean, especially like campaigns can get so serious. Like we're in the other campaign, we're in a very serious moment right now.
Absolutely.
So I think sometimes you just need to go super silly.
Yeah.
Basically like the party after the Battle of Rohan in Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
Just needs it.
It's so true.
Just need the hobbits to go off.
Yeah. You need the balance for sure.
Yeah.
It's a good place to leave it. Oh, I'm so happy I remembered that. Oh,
that was a good moment.
Yeah.
So silly, really silly, but it was good. It was good.
Yep.
As for me, actually, I do have another moment other than Baraka dying.
Oh yeah, tell us.
Mm-hmm.
It was when Doppel tried to scam out William and make him pay more money.
Oh yeah,
that was amazing. Yeah. Yes.
Do you want to explain a little bit?
That, right? And you made the weapon he wanted to buy more expensive.
For the context, as a bard, I have a spell called Distort Value. It will either allow me to either cut an item's worth in half, illusions of wear, tear, like any sort of like blemishes on an item. Or I can double the item's value, like polish and shine, and making it seem more valuable than it is. So as I go up to a stall, I'm looking for a crossbow because I need something with range that's not going to cost me my spells. I cast the magic and I managed to get, I think it was 15 gold. I got it cut down to 9 gold plus bolts. As I'm telling the shopkeeper, it's like, I will say nothing but kind words about this shop. You have been very, very humble. Second character, William, played by Sam, comes up, completely plays into it. It's like, hello there, random stranger I have never met before. Wow, this looks like such a wonderful and kind and humble shop. May I peruse your wares? And he goes to pick out a morning star, and it's like, oh there, kind stranger I have never met before in my life. May I please examine that? I'm something of an appraiser. William hands it to me thinking, okay, he's going to get a great deal. And I had this moment. It's like, I can be nice, or I can be Doppel. And I immediately tear into it. It's like, oh my goodness, the shine on this morning star is this mithril? Is this animation? It's like, it is so pristine, very sturdy. This could probably one-shot a dragon, good sir. And as soon as William understood what I was doing, I get called a fucking cunt. He throws down his gold and takes it and walks away. It's like,
oh, that was good. That was good.
I've done my job.
I love
Yeah,
that
that
too.
one's definitely up there with the dick measuring. Oh yeah.
That's so good.
Cemented the whole William will remember this.
Yes,
Yeah.
precisely. Yeah.
Oh god, I can't wait for our next session. I really can't wait.
Yeah, this is getting me hyped again. Oh,
Yep.
I can't wait. As
Coming
well.
soon.
Yes.
Soon. Yeah, so I think we'll leave it here, right?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, it was so much fun though. Thanks again,
Yeah.
Dad, for coming on. We loved it.
Absolutely, yeah.
No
Please
worries,
come again
anytime.
sometime.
Yes, we'll have to
Perfect.
do one. We'll have to do one
Mhm.
actually once this campaign sort of takes off, and then we can come back maybe and talk about that a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
Right? That would be really cool.
Sounds like
There
a good
will
plan.
always things. Yeah, there will always things to be talked about in the
Yeah.
end. So that was it for our eighth episode of Games and Giggles. As usual, you'll find us on any place where you watch or listen to podcasts. You'll find us on YouTube at Games and Giggles. You'll find us on Instagram at Games and Giggles. You'll find us on Twitter under the same name, and we'll be very happy to hear from you.
Yes.
So everyone say bye. Thank you, Dad, again for joining us, and see you soon. Hear you soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.